Adventures in Adversity has been published for a while, and a friend of mine told me that William of Adventures in Adversity was his favorite character, and he'd always been interested in William's backstory. Well, of course, tell an author something like that, and that immediately gets their brain working. Obviously, if you've read Adventures in Adversity, the backstory is kind of hinted to, and I did build some for that purpose. But I was really curious too. I really liked William. He was definitely been one of my favorite characters. His gentleness and humility were something that I definitely admired, and I also really liked that William was always very patient and not wasn't angry, even though there are a lot of really tough things that happened to him. So Admirable came as a result of that. It came at the same time when I was getting a lot of questions after Brother's Betrayal, asking what happened to Eleanor, because she wasn't really featured in Brothers in Betrayal, and it was kind of a lack on my part to really, I didn't even think about it. So both these questions kind of prompted the Tales of Taylor short stories, which are about to add a third one, and it looks like there'll probably be short stories through the whole series, just to kind of wrap up some characters, make some connections. It's feeling like it's going to be a really great outlet to put just a few of the shorter stories in connections to paper for those who are curious about some things, and easy to skip for those who aren't. So Admirable is a prequel story to Adventures in Adversity, and it tells about William's and Eleanor's kind of beginning, and how they got to Delmore Castle. There's no huge twist for those who've read Adventures in Adversity. It's pretty much follows what William said, but kind of in more detail. And I really had a lot of fun because I had to go back and see what William had said during Adventures in Adversity to make sure it matched up. The story I did matched up well with what he had said, because sometimes I forget what I wrote. But I really loved this story. It was a great way to kind of give people a glimpse back who've already read it, or those who are interested kind of get a glimpse forward. And it was also really fun because then I was able to give it to my friend, and I actually dedicated to Scott, who actually got me to thinking about it, and say, here it is, you asked and you get it. So that was a lot of fun. It's always a little hard once you've written somebody's story to go back or forward from what you've written. It's kind of what's blocked me some from doing Quint's story from the Destiny series, though people have been asking for that since almost I finished it. But to go back and tell his story is a little bit tough once you've moved past those characters, or not even just past the characters, but once you've written their story, it feels kind of finished, and it's tough to go back. It's kind of like when you're trying to, as an adult, write about really little kids or younger kids, pre-puberty, because there's so much that changes in your brain. You don't even think of it, at least I don't really, as much until you really start trying to get into a younger kid's head, because then it's really tough, because it's like the same worries and the same thoughts and stuff don't cross their mind. So it's definitely sometimes tough in that. But however, this is probably one of the easiest characters I've gone back and written something about. Mainly because I think so much of the material was there, and it was just a short story, but also William is just an easy character to write about. He is just very good, a lot of admirable qualities, and so many things he hints to in the book are just fun to expand upon. Plus, I got to delve into my favorite castle in all of Talos, which is the castle in the mountains that William calls Tranquility Castle, or is more commonly referred to as Coroway. So it's my favorite location on all of Talus, as evidenced by it plays very heavily in Courage and Corruption, and Willie will definitely be seeing it again in a future series. So that's Admirable. And if you'll look below this video, if you're watching this on the blog, you'll see that there is a special goodie today. Have a blessed